Welcome to the Brunswick Beat.
Brunswick County's only television news source. I'm Caroline Curran.
And I'm Rachel Johnson. A fire sparked by lightning heavily damaged a three-story house near Holden Beach late Monday night. The house on Somerton Street in the Seascape community at Holden Plantation sustained major fire damage on the roof and third floor. Homeowners Linda and Steve Meadow were asleep in their bedroom when lightning struck the room shortly before midnight. They escaped with just their pajamas on and said they lost everything else. No one was injured.
Charlotte Police Detective Sergeant Eric King, 35, was arrested and charged with insurance fraud and obtaining property by false pretenses. King, who has been with the police department since 2006, is on paid administrative leave. His girlfriend, Leah Rassa Cunningham, 41, was also arrested in connection with the fraud. Both King and Cunningham were given $10,000 unsecured bonds and are expected to be in court on September 20th.
The grades are in, and 7 of Brunswick County's 19 schools have made adequate yearly progress for the 2010-2011 school year. Last week, Superintendent Edward Pruden unveiled the scores, part of the federal education mandate, No Child Left Behind. Here's what Pruden had to say about Brunswick County's results.
And then this year jumped considerably. For example, in reading, for the last 3 years, we had to have 43.2% of our students to hit the cut score. And that jumped nearly 30 points to 71.6%. And across the board there, math jumped about 11 points. The bar was raised in reading and language arts by about 31 points. And in mathematics, about a 26-point raising of the target.
Last year, 11 of the county's 19 schools made AYP, but Pruden said comparing this year's scores to last year's scores wouldn't reflect an accurate comparison.
Members of the North Carolina House of Representatives have approved new maps outlining state house districts. The state house maps were approved 68 votes to 50 votes, with 2 Democrats joining the Republican-led majority. Most of Brunswick County will now remain in House District 17, currently represented by Representative Frank Eiler, an Oak Island Republican. But about 30,000 northern Brunswick County residents will now be in District 18, which includes most of downtown Wilmington and its surrounding areas. Also this week, lawmakers are expected to take up the state Senate maps along with the congressional maps, which have caused quite a bit of controversy since they were unveiled late last week. For more reaction to the new congressional districts, pick up this week's Beacon or log on to www.brunswickbeacon.com.
There's some good news for Brunswick County's estimated 15,000 veterans. Brunswick County's Veterans Outreach Clinic is scheduled to open this Monday, August 1st. The clinic will be open 4 days each week, and services are expected to increase as more veterans begin using the clinic. Anita Hartzell, who serves as the county's Veteran Service Officer, explains.
Clinic is not only a wonderful opportunity, but it's something that the veterans certainly deserve for their service and the sacrifices that they've made to their country. This will give them better access to VA health care. They won't have to worry about making the trip over to Wilmington and worrying about being caught in the traffic on the bridge if the bridge is opening.
A ribbon cutting is scheduled for 1 p.m. Monday, August 8th at the clinic located at 20 Medical Center Campus Drive in Supply.
Sunset Beach Town Council will consider a proposal to use reserve police officers for beach patrol at its upcoming monthly meeting on August 1st. At their monthly meeting workshop on July 19th, council members mulled a proposal to start using the reserve officers to serve in a beach patrol capacity instead of code enforcement officers currently on duty. Town Administrator Gary Parker says the North Carolina League of Municipalities recommends the change, which will cost somewhat higher than the town's current cost.
Calabash residents got a chance to meet new town administrator Chuck Nance at Town Hall Day last week. Nance will officially start his new duties with the town this coming Monday, August 1st. Nance says he is looking forward to his new job and move to the seafood capital. Nance and his family are moving to the area from Rutherford Town in the western part of the state. He wants to be involved in the community and urges residents to contact him with their concerns. The Smith Avenue Extension project is almost complete, and local residents, business owners, and elected officials have some concerns. Topping the list of concerns is the lack of signs marking turns and street names. North Carolina Department of Transportation officials expect the project to be complete by next week. They are currently working on placing additional signs, striping, and reflectors. Pick up this week's Beacon to find out what everyone in town is saying.
North Carolina's unemployment rate for June was at 9.9%. Individual county rates will be available this Friday morning. Brunswick County's rate in May dipped down to 9.9%, down from 10.3% in April. It was also a decrease from the May 2010 unemployment rate of 10.5%. Year to date, the state's unemployment rate is down from 10.5% in June 2010. Read more about these stories and find out what's happening in your community in this week's Beacon, available on newsstands now.
The Brunswick Junior Dixie Boys 13-year-olds are headed to the World Series. They routed Hope Mills 10-0 on July 19th, earning them a World Series berth. The World Series is July 30th through August 3rd at the Shaver Complex in Seneca, South Carolina. For Coach L.C. Piggott, this will be the fourth team he has taken to the event. Brunswick plays South Carolina at 4 p.m. July 30th. If they win, they'll go on to play Alabama or Texas at 7 p.m. July 31st. If Brunswick loses its opener, they'll play either Alabama or Texas at 1 p.m. July 31st.
The Brunswick Dixie Boys 14-year-olds baseball team will also have the chance to play in the World Series. 4 strikes from losing to Lillington 3-1 in the Dixie Baseball State Championship game, Brunswick County rallied for 3 runs in a 4-3 victory. Shelton Perkins hit a bases-loaded double against reliever Tyson Messer that scored the 3 runs with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. The victory sends Brunswick, which finished 6-0 in the tournament, to the Dixie Boys Baseball World Series July 30th through August 3rd in Beaufort, South Carolina. Brunswick County will play Tennessee at 7 p.m. July 30th. If Brunswick wins, it plays either Texas or Florida at 7 p.m. July 31st. If they lose, they'll play either Texas or Florida at 4 p.m. July 31st.
West Brunswick graduate Darius James played in the North Carolina All-Star football game July 20th in Greensboro. James, at 6'3" and 305 pounds, was an offensive lineman for the East team. West beat East 19-7. Despite the defeat, James said he felt honored to have played in the game. James has accepted a scholarship to play football at North Carolina Central University, where he will also study criminal justice.
Shallotte defeated North Duplin in its first game of the Dixie Youth Majors State Baseball Tournament last Saturday with a score of 22-2 in 4 innings. Zach Johnson hit a grand slam in the second inning and a 3-run walk-off homer in the bottom of the 4th. Johnson won the 2011 North Carolina Home Run Derby during the opening ceremonies. On Sunday, Shallotte lost 10-9 in extra innings to South Park. They also lost 7-3 to South Columbus in a loser-out game on Monday night, ending the tournament for the team. Find weekly sports updates and many great photos in the sports section of your weekly Beacon.
Tell us about Erin here today.
Erin is a 2.5-year-old smooth coat collie mix. She is good with cats, great with other dogs. She loves to go to the dog park, and any child of any age, Erin loves them and is very gentle around them. She's housebroken, leash trained, and she's just an all-around great dog. We pulled her from Brunswick County Shelter a little while back, and we've been working with her, and she's a good girl.
She really is. And if people are interested in adopting Erin and maybe some of the other dogs that you have available as well, how do they do that?
Well, they'll call 910-547-2839, and I will email you or mail you an application, whichever you'd like. You're free to come visit any dog that you would like to see. They're in homes and foster homes, but they're all pretty much local, so it's easy enough to get them to you to do a personal visit. So give me a call because we've got some great ones.
Okay, thank you so much, Sherry.
It's nice to know there are so many people out there who care about the less fortunate animals.
Yes, RACE really sounds like a great organization. Adorable orphans and pickpockets speaking and singing Cockney-like have been raising the rehearsal hall rafters of Brunswick Community College of late. Brunswick Little Theater is preparing for its upcoming production of the hit musical Oliver. Show dates are July 20th, 29th, and 30th, and August 5th and 6th at 7:30 p.m., and at 3 p.m. on July 31st and August 7th. Oliver will be performed at the Odell Williamson Auditorium at Brunswick Community College. Tickets are available by calling 755-7416 or online at www.brunswicklittletheater.com.
Last Monday, Lawrence P. Doyle, Chairman and CEO of Catterick Asset Management, LLC, announced the purchase of Brick Landing Country Club. Doyle said he would begin to implement significant capital improvements with the goal of opening Brick Landing by October. Doyle pledged to make Brick Landing Country Club the premier country club of Ocean Isle.
This week we continue our Brunswick County Park series. We dropped by the Leland Park to check out the activities.
Hi, my name is Melinda Johnson with Brunswick County Parks and Rec, and today we're going to be visiting Leland Park. Leland Park is located just minutes outside of downtown Leland. It has softball fields, playgrounds, shuffleboard courts, horseshoes, and a small walking trail in case you want to get your exercise in. Leland Park has 2 community buildings which serve the public and offer opportunities you can rent them out for your next family function. Leland Park has our Leland Senior Center where they have daily meals and activities for seniors in the area. Leland Park has plenty of activities for you or your family, so please, we hope you can visit Leland Park today.
Tune in next week as we visit another of Brunswick County's beautiful parks.
This Saturday, local politicians will join Nothing Other Than the Truth, a local nonprofit organization, in speaking out against violence. Not will hold a rally in the Home Depot parking lot in Charlotte from noon until 4 p.m. Guest speakers include State Senator Bill Rabin, State Representative Frank Eiler, District Attorney John David, and Ilario Pantano, the 2010 Republican nominee for the U.S. House District 7 seat. A reggae band will perform, as will area youth organizations.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all of these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. If you know of a story or person you'd like to see featured on Brunswick Beat, email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Look us up on Facebook under Brunswick Beacon or follow us on Twitter at Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to tune in next week for an all-new edition of the Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only TV news source. Tonight's Beacon shines on the cast of Brunswick Little Theater's Oliver as they prepare for opening night.